Coach, thank you very much for your time. 1-0 loss, which is your first loss of the season. Your thoughts on the game, please?
A very good Pele side, very aggressive, and they able to move the ball very well, and they defend very well whenever situations force them to defend. And my boys also gave a good count, because looking at the game, I think we only gave away two chances. They scored one, and then they missed one, and then we created plenty of them. And their keeper's Pamandla is a good keeper. He made a lot of good reflexes that kept them in the game for a very long time. And I'm still proud of my team for the work ethic that they've put in, the effort, the dedication to the brand. I'm very proud of them.
Coach, coming into this game, knowing how Pele play, how did you set up tactically, and how did you plan to counter their strengths, which is to keep the ball, to move it around, to create 1v1s on the wings, and be a threat to your defense?
I think question that you just asked. We had a plan, man. I know Coach Kroll. When I heard that Coach Kroll is the one that is coaching here, I knew how they were going to set up their build-ups, and then I knew which positions he usually likes to start off the action with, and in which areas. Although I respect Coach Kroll, because he's still a colleague and he still has a lot of games to play, I think it would be very unfair of me to stand here and expose his coaching style to the other coaches that he's still going to play up against, because after all, it was just a game of football, and I respect the guy a lot. But then we had a plan. If you look at the entire game, there is no build-up that they started from their half and they went out. All of them, we won them in the center, on the center of the pitch, all of them, because we knew what was going to happen. We knew what to expect, when and how, and we had a plan for that, man. I think the game for a lot of things made a lot of contribution in the match itself. Yes, the score is 1-0. Yes, we missed our chances. They also missed one of their chances, and they scored one. But then looking at the ref, the middleman, linemen were very good. The middleman, he was not. I'm not crying that the lineman was giving Pele favors. No, he was not. He was just bad for a game of football, because also they might feel there are incidents where he was very unfair to them, and then there are still incidents where he was unfair on us and he was not taking the authority of the game. So now the players now start to overpower the refs. It becomes chaos, and it affect how the game must actually be played. And that's why you saw a lot of fights now towards the end. It's all because of how the ref was managing the game. And get me right, he did not make Pele win. They scored a brilliant goal. No offside, nothing. It was a clear goal, right? But he was just bad for the game itself, for both teams. Pele is crying about the ref, we are crying about the ref. That must say something. If the ref is on our side, we shouldn't be crying. If the ref is on their side, they shouldn't be crying. So when two teams are crying, it says a lot about the man that is officiating.
Coach, talking about your team, I think this is the third game that I've watched. You seem to rotate players a lot. I've seen Khotso start in the middle. He started on the bench. I've seen Baggio come from the bench. He started today. I've seen Cancelo on the left, but he was not there today. There's a lot of changes. Do you perhaps think that sort of doesn't give you, the stability that you want, so that players know you have regular starters that you start the games with, and they get to gel and understand each other? Do you think perhaps changing from time to time also affects the rhythm and how you play?
I think one, we don't just change because we feel like changing. I think one, it's the first thing is how we want to play on a particular match. Remember, we're gonna play 34 games, and we won't play 34 games in the same way. Yes, we might be a possession-based team, but our build-up schemes, our rotations, and where we set traps, where we want to attack the opposition, that will always differ because of the opposition's tactical plans or personnel that they use that contributes as well. So and the other thing now is to say, okay, you are in the month of Nov now, and this is the only month where we are going to play 8 games. It's November and January where you are going to play 8 games. All these other months doesn't have a lot of midweek fixtures. So now you say, okay, how do we manage the legs? Okay, how do we manage the legs of our players? And remember, we've been winning, we've been doing well. And Bacho, when he was coming on as subs, he was coming in and do very well. Khotso was starting the games and do very well. Meaning both of them now, they are reaching almost their peak. So now it's okay, either of them can start. Then I think one of the biggest factor to start with Bacho was we knew that Pele is going to press very high and then very aggressively in the mid. So we needed players that are very creative to that will be to be able to solve problems on their own, as opposed to players who wants to play more in a collective way in every situation. So we went for creativity instead because Khotso is not a creative player, but he is more of your number 8 that can grind for you. So when you play against a team that you know that they're going to set a lot of 1v1s in the central area, we wanted now the skillful players that will be able to manipulate. So that's how we got to that decision. And yeah, in a way it affects the rhythm. But then now for only a short period of time. Remember, like I said to you, in Nov you have 8 games, right? And 8 games is how many? That's probably 24 points to play for, right? Now you say, okay, where are we going? And when we are going there, which personnel do you need? When you go there, which personnel do you need? Out of 24, if you manage to get probably 21 points, you've done very well for that particular month. And to do that, you need everybody to be fresh. You need everybody to contribute.
Coach, first defeat, and you mentioned that you must have a plan. You look at the number of games and set yourself a target. You've dropped 3 points now. What does it mean for the target that you've set for now, and what does it mean for the team to lose their first game at this stage of the season?
The players are very disappointed because they wanted to win. And players always want to win, but then for us, you always budget and say, okay, out of 24, how many can we drop? Okay, you don't target that we want to drop against Highlands or against Gomora or against Pele, but then in collective you say, okay, how many can we drop? If you say out of 24 we can afford to drop probably 4 points, then that 4 points can happen anyway. So that's why players are still disappointed, but man, we are still in it. The journey is still long,
very long,
man. This is just the start. I mean, that's why when people have been raving about who's number 1, who's what, I'm not even paying attention on the log, because I know this league, November and January determines this league. So you do well in those 2 months, then you are almost sorted to go. And lastly, man, I think as coaches we are here to develop football after more than just winning. Yes, we want to win, but in a way of wanting to win, we shouldn't prioritize the development of players. And in that, I'm trying to say, when we develop, we don't only develop the performance of the players or their ability to play, but also how to behave on and off the field. And for me, I think we should, as coaches, we should be the ones that leads by example. And you watch UJ game against Pele. At the game stops, players are fighting, even supporters are coming in to fight. It's a commotion, And the very same thing today, they play against us. The very same thing happens. They do it two times in a row. And we've played round about 6-7 games if you include the net bank. We never fought, we never received a red card in all those games. And I wasn't actually happy with how things that were being said outside by Coach Issa. They're not good for development of football. They are not good. They cannot go and a player cannot go and kick my player. That happens. It's football. Someone will kick someone. But for a coach to say, hey, that player must stand up. He's a softie, and go hard on them, kill them. We need these 3 points. It says now others needs to lose life for others to benefit the 3 points. But if the space of coaching in this league have went into that space, then it says I'm the one that is wrong. But if we are really saying we want to develop good players for future, I think we coaches needs to say it and practice it, not only say it. Because I ended up also exchanging words with him, and we were quiet for a very long time, for the entire first half, and probably second half 20 minutes we've been quiet and not actually responding to Coach Issa's remarks. But they are just too much for oppositions to take.
My brother, thank you very much for your time and all the best going forward.
Thanks so much.